George R. R. Martin and a lot of other writers are suing OpenAI
Right.
over basically the OpenAI, I guess, software or whatever you want to call it, has like the way it's been built is that they have fed the AI like real like stories and like books from actual authors so that it learns how to write and how to make a story, right? But I mean, their argument against that, like the author's argument against that is like, anyone could then like write one of our stories and publish it, and it basically you can do it for an insanely cheaper price than what we're doing. So it's taking away our jobs, and
Right.
I'm like, you're not wrong. Your favorite saying.
Your favorite saying, not mine.
I'm being obviously sarcastic, but I guess for me, I have a weird look at this because like I think it's cool that we would be able to like you and I could be like, oh man, what if this happened in this book, and we could be like, we could just feed that prompt to an AI and it would be like, okay, yeah, let me write something up. But like, and I guess my thought with that too is that I don't feel like the AI is strong enough to write a full book, and I don't feel like anyone is going to buy a sequel to a book that the author didn't write themselves. I guess I don't see this as like that huge of a I guess job stealing like opportunity. But I do get their fears. I mean, everyone's got their fears with AI and taking their jobs, and it makes sense.
I do not feel that way. I feel like
Yeah.
they should be suing because there's a couple things. This is a plagiaristic kind of machine.
Sure.
Like it is taking things from authors, from creators, and it is just spitting back out its collection of these things. It is not any original work.
Sure.
Also, this is with look, if you want to have an algorithm, to have an AI that you can well, what if it was written like George R. R. Martin and this happened,
Right?
If you this is without asking them if it's okay to use their work.
Sure.
So similarly, in music, which I don't think I've talked to you about, it is up for Grammy nominations this year, or it's eligible at least. But there's this song made by this artist named Ghostwriter who is like faceless, and he's made a song that sounds like if Drake and The Weeknd made a song and it's blown up, and it sounds like very much like Drake.
Okay.
A little different about The Weeknd, but it is literally up for it is eligible for a Grammy. And it's like, how do those artists feel about that? Like,
so was AI involved?
Yes, it was all AI generated.
Then how can it be? I mean, how could the Grammys look at that and say?
Because they were saying that like the president of the Grammys was saying, well, this is like a new and interesting thing, and you just have to think about how it can be monetized. And bro,
I mean, if you think about it at all, like if that guy sat down and thought at all, he would be like, he'd realize, no, like I can't give this Grammy to anyone because this person doesn't exist. Like
you would give it to the ghostwriter who programmed, like,
sure,
who typed it into the AI to
I guess that's so insane.
But I think what their fear is, like, this is a preventative that, like, if they don't sue these people, this AI can still keep taking from all these different authors.
Yeah.
And it'll learn to a certain point. Like, it may not seem like it now, but you have to think like 5 to 10 years down the road, how well is this machine going to be?
Sure, no, yeah. But right now it can't do it, but I think, 5-10 years down the road, it easily could.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I don't disagree that the
it just seems unethical.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I don't disagree with any of that. That like this, they shouldn't have taken all their work without their permission. Yeah, I mean, and it could get very real later down the line. So yeah, I mean, yes, my point of view is clearly from a point of like a fan of any of these works
Sure.
that would just want to play around with it. And maybe the fear isn't that like someone could put out a sequel to one of their books, but that, you know, the market could get filled with books written by AI, and real writers wouldn't have the space, or, you know, people wouldn't hear about their works ever because they're drowned out by the other AI writers. So yeah, I get it. I really do.
And I mean, think about if you just are like, I want a book written by that was like this and like this and like this.
Mm-hmm.
Does it
Right.
all by itself? You're also, this is just like a personal thing. You're completely getting rid of using your brain or
Sure.
any kind of artistic expression.
Right.
Anything
hey,
real.
maybe
you're
if
just
you,
like, if you keep
right.
letting this happen, like there's good things about AI, but there's also, just like any technology, and there's really bad things and degradation of art forms, and also how people just like, you just get lazy. It's like, oh,
Sure.
I just, you know.
Right. If you're that strong, if you feel that strongly about wanting to see a story and how it plays out, then maybe pick up a pencil and start writing, you know, maybe become a writer. I don't know. But yeah, so I think we're both on the same page with this at this point.
Yeah.
We gotta fully support these writers and even the writers on the writer strike. Hopefully they come to a deal, and
I guess they're
negotiating.
This is the third day in a row.
Yeah.
So
it sounds like things are going in the right direction.
yeah.
But you know, I'm holding out hope. But yeah, I think that's all we had to say, right?